The Tri-State Sports Leader. This is WGEM Sports Extra.
What better way to escape the weather outside than by heading indoors to watch your favorite basketball teams? We have highlights from all three states on deck for everybody back home, and you won't want to miss one bit of it. Let's get right into the action. Quincy Notre Dame welcomed in Sacred Heart Griffin at the pit this evening. Cheerleaders on hand getting the crowd hyped up. Defensive battle early on, but Alex Dance breaks the silence by dancing his way to the hoop for the tough earn two. More from the Raiders this time. Sophomore Jace Allensworth taking himself up the court, slams on the brakes and drops in the pretty floater to add to the QND lead. He was just starting to heat up in this one. They'd go right back to him in the corner. He cooks up his defender on the baseline as he cans the mid-range jumper. He's off to a great start this season for the Raiders. This one went back and forth, but in the end, SHG would squeak out the 53-51 win. Quincy High was on the road at Geneseo this evening. Tyler Sprick wastes no time getting things going for the Blue Devils as he knocks in the floater. Fast forward a little bit in this one. Quincy in the fast break. They dish it to Camden Brown underneath the hoop. He does what he does best, throwing down the hammer. What a way to get things going. More from Brown. He dominated in the paint tonight. He goes off the glass for the easy bucket. Quincy High had no problems in this one, and the Blue Devils would coast to a 64-23 victory. Quincy High improves to 4-0 on the season and are now 1-0 in the Western Big Six Conference. Packed house at Unity High School. A couple of Swifties in their Mustang era, you could say, in this one. Melvin McMillan would get things going offensively for Unity. He comes up empty on his first go-around, but is able to collect the second chance points. How about some big man action? Get out of the way with Ethan Voss botting his way to the basket and earning every bit of those 2 points. Mustangs in the break. They'll come up just short on the layup, but Melvin McBuckets is there to put up 2 more points on the scoreboard. Unity sticking with that high-tempo offense. How about the junior Miles Moulton dangling his defender at the top of the key and finds water at the bottom of the well on the pull-up J. The Stan Gang was in full throttle tonight. Cody Schaefer absorbing the contact en route to the basket for the bucket and one. Unity would continue to roll, and they would go on to defeat Biggsville West Central 61-44. Liberty was hosting Camp Point Central tonight. The Eagles would come out soaring. They waste no time going down low. They find their man in the paint, able to get the job done with some nifty footwork. It wouldn't take long for Central to answer the bell. Nick Moore from downtown, he fires away. That one's gravy, adds 3 points to their lead. Panthers working the ball around in the paint. They're able to attack on 2 more points off the mid-range jumper. Eagles battled hard at home, but when it's all over, Central wins this one 37-30. Another Illinois boys basketball action. Grigsville Perry gets by Western 74-29. Pittsfield defeats Southeastern 49-35. Rushville falls to Bushnell Prairie City 42-35. And West Central defeats Brown County 58-33. Victoria, it was a great night for hoops on this side of the river. I know you're in Missouri and Iowa. How was it like over there?
It's always fun going up to Iowa. The crowds always show up every single week, so let's take a look at some of the highlights and how Iowa's teams did. Of course, there was a great crowd on hand in the Hound Dome tonight to show their support to Fort Madison. Early in the second quarter, the Bloodhounds moving quick as they find Dayona Davis down low, who gets the quick bucket for 2. Davis wouldn't be done, though. Here she is again in the paint and at the rack for another pair. That's 12 points early on for the sophomore. Fort Madison with the hefty lead. Ireland Sargent adds another one in from downtown. Bing! Fort Madison found a good offensive rhythm early on. Davis is going to come back in the spotlight, taking it down low, pulling back, and finishing with a nice little floater. We're still waiting on the score from this game, but we will have that score on our website on WGM.com/sports. 20 minutes away, the Central League boys were also in action, taking on New London at home. In the first half, the Hawks find Owen Swan from behind the arc. Splash. That was a quick and easy 3 points there for Central Lee. Will Hayes will come into the spotlight from downtown. He buries a 3 of his own. It was raining 3s all over the place up in Donaldson. Here's another one from Hayes on the other side of the court, and count it. Looking to add to their lead. Here's some fancy passing down low from Swan, who's going to dish it to Corey Jones, and Jones snags the pair for the Hawks. Now watch this next play. Jones coming off a steal, taking it coast to coast, and finishing at the rack with a one-handed dunk. We love seeing those dunks when we can. Great play there from the senior. Your final after 4, Central Lee wins 71-42. And over the bridge in Palmyra, the Panthers took on Canton for a CCC matchup. In the girls' game, the Panthers would have a dominant run. They pass it to Jalen Chandler, who ices home the 3. Canton would look to respond with a bucket of their own. Here's Kenna Oliver from three-point land and splash. Great way to respond there from the Tigers. Palmyra wouldn't take their foot off the gas, though. They find Kendra King down low, and she kisses one off the glass for two. Keeping the momentum going, Tatum White now from down low. She'll get in on the action and connects at the rack for another pair for the home team. Ashley Bode now getting in on the action from downtown. It's good. It's always fun watching these two teams battle it out, but in the end, Palmyra would be too much to handle for Canton. They'll go on to win this one 48-39. The boys were also in action tonight, hoping to end Canton's undefeated season. Bear Bach will help accomplish that from bonus distance. He pumps up and gets it. Just like that, just like the girls, the boys would have a dominant start. Jeremiah Edwards chucks this one up and connects at the rack for the deuce. Keeping things going, this is Jackson Hicks in the paint and scores another two for the orange and black. Cam putting up a fight, working hard now for the rebound. A couple plays later, Blue Taylor snags the rock and gets the bucket for the Tigers. Palmyra not finished, though. They keep putting up a fight. Hudson Bach with the rock and cashes in the big bucks. The freshman hyped up after that shot. Look at him go. Your final in this one, Palmyra 57, Canton 37. Looking at other scores for girls basketball, Keokuk defeats Washington 60-32, and HTC gets by West Billington 63-26. Brendan, it was another great night of basketball. Always fun to see, and it's still so early in the season. We're getting a lot of action early on.
Couple dunks, couple threes. They're in full throttle over there on the other side of the river. No doubt about that. We have seen some great talent so far. How about on the college hardwood? John Wood was hosting Neosha at home tonight. Brown County alum Katie Flynn in the starting lineup for the Lady Blazers in this one. John Wood wasted no time getting after it. They played fast and unselfish all night long. Alexis Pullman finishing off the break right here for the early points. Blazers wouldn't stop there. Jada Dupree taking her turn, taking it to the cup, and is able to knock in the close-range jumper. John Wood would get into a little trouble right here in the press break, but watch how they get out of it. Nice passing, is able to find a wide-open Madison Duran in the corner. She'd cash in from downtown. This one was neck and neck the whole way, but John Wood would lose to Neosha 67-65.